Today we're going to make a wonderful dish that is perfect for any type of side for a meal, and it's potato au gratin. You would think this was a complicated recipe, but it's very simple. So let's get started. We will start by taking 4 tablespoons of butter, cutting that in half and melting it over medium heat. I also like to roll the butter around the pan to coat the bottom. And then we will add 2 tablespoons of flour to the mixture, along with 1/4 tablespoon of salt. And we will gradually combine these ingredients together. Once these ingredients are fairly combined, we are going to add 1 cup of milk gradually at first. We are making a white sauce that will be layered into our potatoes au gratin. While this dish will look fancy and wow your friends, it is economically to make, and it will really be a showstopper. I am making this recipe for 2. If you need to make it for more than 2 people, you can just double the amounts, and I will leave the instructions below in the description. But first we're going to stir the ingredients together, and then we will start whisking because we do not want any lumps, just as if it were a gravy. And this just makes a wonderful rich sauce for our potatoes. Once all combined, you'll see how thick it is. I'm putting it back into my measuring cup because I find this is going to make it easier to fill my casserole dishes. If you're just using 1 large casserole dish, you can skip this step. Next, we will put butter on the bottom to grease our little casserole dishes. And I just like to use a Ziploc bag so I don't get the butter all over me. And this is great because the butter goes with potatoes very well, and you can use either salted or unsalted butter. That is up to you. For presentation purposes, no matter what size casserole dish that you're using, I highly suggest that you wipe off any excess butter that may be on the sides. It'll just give a better look in the outcome of the casserole. Next, we will layer our first layer of potatoes on the bottom. And you can continue these layers. For these casserole dishes, because they're very small, I will only have 2 layers. But you have as many layers as you would like for your potato au gratin. I am going to grate some cheddar cheese. I like to get cheddar cheese by the block because I can grate it and use it when I need it. It only takes a few seconds to grate your cheddar cheese, and it just tastes so much better and fresher. Once we get this grated, I can take the block that's left and put it to the side because I may want to have a little cheese on a salad or something like that. Then we're going to start layering. Our first layer in our casserole dish after the potatoes will be the cheddar cheese. Doesn't everyone love potatoes with their cheese with their potatoes? If not, leave me a comment below. But we'll put this layer of cheese on each one, just a small amount, and then we are going to layer that wonderful thick white sauce that you just created. So we will do this, and I find again it's easier using the little Pyrex to get out the mixture, and I use a little spatula to make sure it goes on evenly. And I will do that for each of the little casseroles. Again, if you have a large casserole dish, you'll want to make sure that you make more of the white sauce to go on top. It's just seems like a gravy to me. Then you will add another layer of potatoes and you will continue. I think you're going to wow your family, your friends, your husband, your children with this great dish. Next, I like to make fresh breadcrumbs, so I have placed 2 fresh pieces of bread into my food processor, and I'm going to pulse this bread and make fresh breadcrumbs that will go onto the top of our casserole. I will empty it into a small dish and then combine it with 2 tablespoons of butter. This will make the top of the casserole so delicious. We will place this in the oven and cook at 350 for 40 to 45 minutes. And you'll notice the top of those breadcrumbs become a beautiful golden brown. And to test this, just stick a fork in it to make sure that the potatoes are tender. And you're ready to serve a wonderful potato au gratin. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope you consider subscribing to the channel.